Well, even my own desktop says waiting for just a Yogi. I am late even for being late. Not much, though. I think just a minute. He puts his shoes on. Sorry, guys. Did not mean for that to happen. Just an ad came up on my desktop. I do the live stream on my phone, but I have my desktop up to read comments and to type stuff. No one needs to see my fingers approaching the screen and attempting to type. So, how's everyone's weekend so far? We started off the weekend last night hanging out and having a sing along. Back in the day, back in the beatnik days, we would have called him a hootenanny. All right, I wasn't actually in the beatnik days. This was way before I was born. Spiritually, though, heart and soul belong to the beatniks. More so, some people might say, well, aren't you, soul related more to a hippie as you follow the dead? You had long hair and you had a poncho. I had a poncho. I didn't have a cape, but I had a poncho. I never wanted to say this. I didn't want Kat to be jealous. She has a cape and I have a poncho. Um, it's actually me who's jealous because I didn't have a cape. And I wanted one ever since reading about David Crosby riding his motorcycle through the streets of Los Angeles. They're early to mid 1960s with his green cape. Made me a little jealous, a little envious. Kat says, "Good morning, Yogi." Oh, good morning, Kat. But Jack Kerouac, Neil Cassidy, Allen Ginsberg, those were the guys for me. More so than the hippies. But there's a connection because it was that early, the beat generation that led the way for the hippies. They were the original rebels, the ones that did things in their own particular way. Reading poetry, hitchhiking, hopping freight trains, drinking wine. Did I ever tell you the story? My mom taught at the school that I went to. In second grade, we all had to stand up. And I hated standing up and speaking in front of anyone what we wanted to be when we grew up. And this was in second grade. So I guess it was 1971, 72. And the space program was still pretty big. Everyone wanted to be astronauts. So kids would stand up and say, I want to be an astronaut. I want to be a lawyer, a doctor. And when it came my turn, and I stood up and said I wanted to be a hobo, very sincerely, I wanted to be a hobo. Boy, was my mom. The word back then was mortified. But you could not deter me from that to this day. Internally, spiritually, I'm a hobo. I just wander around doing stuff. I'm a YouTube hobo. I show up here wherever I am placed, wherever I'm directed to go, and I spend some time. I talk a very simple message. Kat says I can get behind a glass of wine or two. Notice that or two, or two. You need to have the epileptical. I can't say it, the dot at the end. A glass of wine or two, maybe more. Cat. Sorry, you just made me, Cat. You just made me sigh. Just thinking about you just made me sigh. So I was thinking about Course in Miracles this morning. Cat says, hit that thumbs up. Much appreciated. I just hit it myself, actually. Depends on the size of the glass. My good friend Paul from Oregon, one of the great burpee practitioners, doesn't do as much anymore. Still works out, still does burpees. Just doesn't post as often. When I would talk about that I only have 1 cup of coffee a day, he's like, you got to get yourself a really big ass cup then. It's got to be one of those like big gulp coffee mugs. But no, it's a simple little yellow mug. It's not small, but it's not large. I do have a cup of green tea after my morning walk. Um, it occurred to me, I don't really wish to teach A Course in Miracles or even yoga. Well, breathwork and yoga, a little bit. I do love teaching meditation. I do love teaching breath work. And if you're not doing breath work, guys, a simple practice 3 times a day and therapeutically as needed will transform your health, emotional, mental, and physical. And I'm happy to teach you guys. But when I say don't want to teach Course in Miracles, that's a yes, I do, no, I don't. What I mean is the Course really offers a simple directive. We teach what we demonstrate. If I never ever, hey Anna, hey Sniper, if I never mentioned the Course again, I would still be teaching the Course. I would still be teaching the Course, of course, because I would be demonstrating it to the best that I'm able, moment by moment by moment. And that's the directive. We teach what we demonstrate, so my life is dedicated to demonstrating Course in Miracles, which means continuous prayer. The little pamphlet on psychotherapy and um, Song of Prayer. In the Song of Prayer, they talk about the ladder of prayer. And eventually it gets to be seamless. There's no request. We're no longer praying for something. Our life just becomes a prayer. Continuous communication. I wrote about that this morning. If you don't mind, I'll go ahead and read that. And then I want to read something from the Course. And what I wrote is my only true prayer. A continuous prayer now. A communion of silence without need to vocalize a request beyond my wish for peace. Life becomes very simple here. Miraculous in the sense that I deeply know myself as the source of love, intimately connected to God, and that truly my only prayer is to extend myself to others. From this point on, it's all I have to offer, and it begins with you. Begins with you. It also begins with you with a capital Y. To extend myself in love to the best that I'm able, moment by moment by moment, without concern about what returns. Without concern. When you're truly giving, you're receiving in the very same instant that you give. There's no dichotomy of give and receive. It's synonymous. One thing. The extension of love is its own return. Let's see. Hey, Carl. Um, I want to, why, I still don't know the reason why YouTube made this little change. I'm one of the first people who get to do it, but I don't know why I'm doing it. Hey, Danny. Not that it's bad, but I don't immediately recognize everyone because, I go by their handle, the YouTube handle. So our friend Carl now is WB Carl 006. I like to think of him as Special Agent 006, the predecessor of James Bond, the one who taught James Bond everything he needed to know. And Anna is Anna BA 15. Danny, how are you? Danny says hello, everyone. Yep, you certainly can, Danny. Anna says, how are you today, Yogi? I'm good. I'm a little sore from singing last night. How many songs did I sing? I think I sang 3 last night. It's a lot of singing for me. I don't even remember I don't even remember one thing that I sang. Offhand. Hey, Signature. I sang one song very purposely. And I never sang it before. It wasn't rehearsed. It was spontaneous. Um, when I came up and when I saw a particular person, um, I felt uh, inspired by previous conversation. My heart was still just burst wide open. And I thought, you know what? I didn't even think. It wasn't even like, you know what? It just, everything proceeded in like such an open, let me just say, extension. It was what I just wrote about. It was a prayer, but not a prayer of um, requesting, but a prayer of sharing. I just wanted to share, and it came upon the moment. Kat says that she remembers. What was it? Oh, I sang the Beach Boys, right? Danny says if you want to have a look at Vava Paws Vegas, it's a really cool channel with Victoria and her 3 awesome dogs. Hey, Danny, do you have a link for it? Drop the link, please, my friend. Cat's waving at Signature. We got some love from Signature. Guys, Signature has a beautiful channel. You know why? Because he's a beautiful person. He's a beautiful man. When I first stumbled upon, I don't even know how I came upon Signature, but he was going out for a walk. And I came in and he welcomed me like a long lost friend, almost like he virtually put his arms around me and said, come on, take a walk with me. Let me show you this beautiful pond. And we walked and he said hi to everyone. Everyone he walked by, he looked at and he said hi, and everyone said hi back. It was just an awesome way to spend a little time in a different part of the world with someone who instantly became a good friend of mine. Let's see. Anna says, thank you, Danny. I will have a good time. So let me bring up something real quick from A Course in Miracles. This is, let's see. Danny says, how do I do a link? I am so technically challenged. If you go to their channel and you just copy and paste, uh, what's that little bar called? And the little, you know, the hieroglyphics that appear. I know it's not called a hieroglyphic, but it's on the cave wall of my ancient computer. So technically, I can call it a hieroglyphic with getting away with it. Don't judge me, guys. Don't question me. Since I officially turned 60, I'm allowed to do all kinds of inexplicable things. Um, I've been, when you turn 60, you're granted a certain freedom. I can wear my pants up as high as I want. I can have dinner as early as I want. I can chase people off my lawn with either, I have a choice between a rake and a garden hose. Life is good at 60. You guys can't get away with this. Not yet. I dare you. Come on my lawn and see what happens. Danny says he also got a Course in Miracles book. That's awesome. Danny, hang out with Kat and I on Thursday nights. Hey, Lucy. Danny says we'll try. You know what? I'm going to call some people out. I've heard some people saying, dang it and dagnam it. You're not old enough to use those terms. Those are my terms. I've earned the right. Some of you have many more years before you can say dang it and dagnam it. Y'all, you've been called out. All right. Sorry, guys. Chapter 24. Chapter 24 is the goal of specialness. That sounds pretty great, right? The goal of specialness. You're special, I'm special. No, it is not great. We are literally all the same, uniquely expressed, but all the same. Is one wave any more ocean than another wave? It's all ocean. Is one person any more God, any more love, any more an expression of God than someone else? Nope, we are all literally the same. It's our specialness that we think defines us. Now, we can make a clear distinction between specialness and uniqueness. Everyone is a unique wave. Everyone is a unique expression of God and a unique expression of love, but we're not special, not in that sense. No one is more loved than someone else, including the one that we would seek to make an enemy, including the one that we refuse to forgive, including the one that we think is so different than us that they're irredeemable. They're not. They can't be, because they are the same as us, uniquely expressed, differently expressed, but the same as us. So the goal of forgiveness is to see the sameness, not the specialness. And we have special relationships, meaning I love you because you love me, first and foremost. I love you because you are pretty. You're beautiful. You got awesome hair. Okay, maybe I'm a little jealous. That I love you because you make me feel good. I love you because you make me feel important. You make me feel special. Special love. But what happens when a little aspect of that special love changes? Maybe I don't love you quite as much. Maybe I'm going to start loving someone else a little bit more because they bring this to me. They're bringing the A game. You left your A game behind years ago, months ago, weeks ago. But someone else is stepping up. I love them a little bit more. I might love them a lot more. And I might love you a little less. That's a special love relationship. It's not really love. It's affection. Love is the same, is the same, is the same. I love you the same way I love someone else. Uniquely different, uniquely intimate, but the same, because only love is real. Nothing unreal exists. We also have special hate relationships, which can also change. I hate you, I dislike you because you have done this. Wait a minute, you just said you were sorry and you bought me a present? You showed up at my doorstep with a bag of lentils and some rice and said, hey, I'm sorry. First off, thank you. If you ever do show up at my doorstep with a bag of lentils and rice, I very much appreciate it. Also, bananas. If you could bring me some bananas, I'd really appreciate it. So now maybe I don't hate you as much. Maybe I don't hate you at all. Now my special hate relationship has become something else. Until my government said, wait a minute, this person is from a different country and we're supposed to hate this person. Well, wait a minute, back to a special hate relationship. Everything's the same. Everyone's the same. Here's lesson 24. The test for everything on earth is simply this. What is it for? The answer makes it what it is for you. It has no meaning of itself, yet you can give reality to it. What is it for? What is a flag for, other than to give distinction that we are other than someone else? I'm not saying don't be proud of your flag, but know that you're the one that gave it all the meaning. And someone in a different country with a different flag, it might represent something totally different. And we make a special hate relationship because they might not think the same as we do. It's actually the same. I don't want it to sound political. It's actually the same with borders. There is no actual border. There is no actual border. There's no actual country. There's no actual religion. There's no actual anything other than what we made. We live in a fictitious world. So hold up anything, including a flag, and say, what is it for? Hold up a relationship and say, what is it for? We get to assign it meaning. And when you're climbing that ladder of prayer, as it says in the Song of Prayer, the distinctions make less sense. What is it for? What is my most awesome relationship that I have right now for? to extend and to know myself as love. What is my YouTube channel for? It is to extend and to know myself as love. What are each and every one of you for, no matter what you bring in my channel? What are you for? You are for me to love. For those who make it a little more difficult, thank you. You're for me to love. And I'll do my best. I will simply show up every day and do my best. Hey, Shirley. Yep, she is Shirley. I get confused about the names too. Thank you, Danny. The link above is for Danny's friend. This is Viva Paz Vegas. That's an awesome title. She has just gained a subscriber. Viva Paz Vegas. How come I haven't sung Viva Las Vegas? That might have to wait until next Friday. So next Friday we're gonna do like exclusive. It's gonna be just a party. Doesn't mean there might not be a spontaneous song here and there on the channel. If you really feel the need that you need to express something in some way, some of our friends love to express themselves through song. Our friend Toy Pups gets very inspired and very intuitive. I need to express this in the song. I would never ever want to deny that. Jace has created so many spontaneous moments of joy by coming up with a song. We would never want to deny that. We all know how much Selma likes to sing. Would never want to deny that. But, it's all going to be very spontaneous. Not that I'm planning my spontaneity. Guys, I don't want you to think that I'm so far down the rabbit hole, that I'm planning my spontaneity. Everything is spontaneous for me. Even my most routine is still spontaneous. I find myself here doing what I did yesterday, but having no idea why and when and how. Life just happens. Embrace it. Love it. Just subscribe, Danny. I'll spend some time there too. Looking forward to it. Carl says, I don't know why, but it shows our ID and not our names. Yeah, it's something that YouTube is doing a trial on. And I was selected to be a participant without foreknowledge. I'm sitting here with one shoe on, one shoe off, as usual, having a conversation with you guys. Getting ready to head out in just a minute. Danny says, we're going to the gym now. Leave y'all, take care. Take care, Danny. Thanks for sharing your friend. Thank you for being here. Shirley says, I love dogs, Danny, so thank you. Let me look and see if I forgot anything. Oh, I taught my dad how to connect his phone to the TV and watch Netflix. And after a month, he learned it. I'm really proud of him. It'll take me longer than a month, that's for sure. Hey, has anyone here used smart TVs instead of cable? I want to get rid of cable. It's too expensive. And I don't watch it. I watch, if I'm cooking, such as I do, which means I press a button on my Instapot and I press a button on my microwave. Instapot's the way to go, guys. Or making a salad. I might put on 5 minutes of news, 10 minutes of news. More than likely not. I might put on 10 minutes of whatever, like TV show. Sometimes it's Friends. I can't say I'm a huge fan of Friends. I don't like it. I don't dislike it. It just shows up. Every once in a while, it'll make me chuckle. Same with like whatever else might pop up. But my brother watches a lot. So I'm basically paying the cable bill for him to watch, which is okay. But I'd rather not pay a cable bill if we could do a smart TV. And I have 2 of them. And it's taken 2 years for my brother to decide, hey, I'll give it a try. So he set it up, but he's not using them. I want to cancel everything but internet right now. That would save me $140 a month. DC says, I use internet. I don't watch TV. Yeah, anything I really want to watch, I can find online, right? Thank you, Lucy. I need you to talk to my brother. Come on up and explain the modern world to him. So that was specialness versus not specialness, um, sameness versus not sameness, and what is it for? Whatever appears in your life, whatever, regardless, from your car door to your computer keyboard to your watch to the one shoe that you're holding in your hand while you're running, why you haven't put it on yet. What is it for? I could say, well, it's for my right foot, which is true, and it's for walking, which is true. What is my walking for? My walking is to feel the connection of myself with nature. My walking is to maybe catch something a little magical out in nature that I can share on my YouTube channel, which means that my shoe, specifically my right shoe, because that's what I'm talking about, is an instrument of love. Everything can be redefined as an instrument for love. Remember the beginning of the prayer of St. Francis? Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. My shoe, specifically my right shoe, is an instrument of God's peace. So is my watch. So are you. I get to choose to be peaceful with each and every one of you. I get to accept the wonderful gift of peace that each of you are offering right now. Hey, Tandra. Good morning, my friend. Lisa says, I think most people do these days. Unless you're over 60, like me and my brother. He's 2 years older than me. Lisa says, walking barefoot in grass connects me to nature and grounds me. I love grounding. I love getting out with my feet in the grass, in the earth, feeling the earth. Vladimir says, is this the channel Cat and Jack was referring to? She was going to? It is, I assume. Cat does drop my link. Well, thank you, Cat, for doing that, by the way. I don't know if I've ever formally thanked you for that. I should just wake up every morning and just say, thank you, Cat. And sometimes I do. Cat says, hi. Separate says, greetings, Vlad, and yes. All right, finally, I'm putting on that other shoe. Yesterday, we had a reprieve from the heat. It was like down to 75 degrees. It also rained, which was okay. A nice break from 100 degrees. Tundra says, hi to Cat. Today it gets back up to 90, I think, which is still better than 100. Vlad says, Cat and Jacko. Hey, there you are. Carl says, should you guys watch any movies or series? I watched the first season of Reacher on Amazon because I like Lee Child. And then Mercy says, like and share done. Hey, Mercy, I was thinking about you. We had a karaoke night last night without the music, just people coming up and singing. Let's see. Mercy says, hi, Eric. I love you. I love you too, Mercy. Carl says, how was it? It was good. It followed very well to the storyline. They're doing one season for an entire book. That's the way to do it. It's hard to tell a whole book story in a 2-hour movie or a 90-minute movie. But you take a 6-7 episode, turn it into a series, and they got the perfect actor to play the part. I also watched was it Dark Canyon? Because it was based upon, oh, I can't think of his name. Another author that I like. Based on Native Americans of the Southwest. And I love that area. Julie says, Sniper, I have a question I'd like to ask you. We might not have time, so maybe later. Mercy says, MMLSO to all. Thank you, Mercy. Says happy weekend to you. Love you, my friend. But I haven't watched any series for a while. When I watch something on my computer, it's generally right now some coursework that I'm doing. I'm almost always doing a continuing education class for either breathwork, pranayama, or another aspect of yoga. Or I've been doing a lot of um, somatic practices to pick up little things to learn to help people. Somatic breath work, somatic touch. Remember the blowing on the thumb, butterfly hug. Have you guys done the butterfly hug? You can do it lower too. Bilateral movement, very good. Also, bilateral eye movement to help you relax, to help you uh, calm down. Ease the central nervous system from its hypervigilant state of doom to a little more of an easygoing sense of being. Also the hugs, hand waves. This is my favorite, my all-time favorite thing to do. Just instantly calming. And the tapping. I did a couple of courses in the EFT, emotional freedom technique. I need to offer more of that, actually. I've done a couple more Ho'oponopono classes that I love to offer. So if I'm online and I'm not doing this stuff with you guys, and I do this a lot. Carl says Squid Game 3 just came out yesterday, and it's a good series. You should watch it. It's been recommended before. Mercy says, in 2 hours' time, time to open my SY join on the stage. I'm going to be on the lookout for you, Mercy. Vladimir says, so Yogi, do you have a unique job like Kat? No. No. Kat is uniquely Kat. I just hang out. This is actually my job. This is my career. This is what I do. Essentially, I'm a yoga teacher. I'm a certified primordial sound meditation instructor, along with some others. I'm a pranayama breathwork coach and a 200-hour certified yoga teacher. So technically, I show up to teach yoga and meditation, but unofficially, I show up just to hang out with you guys. Mercy says, thank you, Eric. You're welcome, my friend. I'm going to be on the lookout for you. Kat says, Vladimir, a community of friends. Some have YouTube channels. That's us. That is us. Vladimir says, Kat and Jack, I see. Wow, this is interesting. Tanya says, Mercy, I will look. Not sure about singing. Oh, the dam's been let loose, Tandra. You can't put the genie back in the bottle. You are now the voice. You have a mission. Kat says, off to work, listening in the car. We're going to be ending it. I'm getting outside. I'm going to take my walk. Shirley says, we have something in common, Yogi. Certifiably insane. In the best possible way, Shirley. You are insanely loving, lovable, and loved. And I hope you know that. I hope you realize how invaluable you are. Semper says, I got tired watching how one individual can snuff the life out of another for entertainment. Hence, I stopped watching most films. I can understand that, Semper, for sure. And that's such a great sign of how sensitive to the pulse of life itself that you are. Tanya says, not sure what got into me that day, singing for yours, Yogi. I think you just needed to express yourself, Tandra, and you did so beautifully. It will always remain, and I hope you do it again, but that one time will always remain one of my all-time favorite YouTube moments. Mercy says, I love your show, Eric. Thank you, Lucy, or Mercy. Thank you so much. Simper says, Vladimir, my life changed on day one. I met Eric. Man, Sniper. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being my friend. Mercy says, I love your voice, Chandra. Me too. I love everything that Tandra shows us on her YouTube channel. But if she decided to not film anything and just describe what she saw today, I would show up to listen to her. That's how much I love her voice. She could just offer me a description of her day. She could show up and describe what she has on top of her desk, and I would show up to listen to Tandra. She could open up a set of drawers and look inside and describe what's inside that drawer, and I would sign up for a paid subscription to hang out with Tandra. That's how much I love her voice. I I hope I hope that lets you know how much I love Tandra, by the way. Mercy says, is Sue Tandra you can sing? She can. Shirley says, I'm still gobsmacked about training. What a beautiful moment that was last night. Dharma says, Sniper Hero is Eric. Yogi is Eric. Yeah, Yogi is Eric. Eric is Yogi. Interchangeable. Even people in my life basically now call me Yogi. Hey, Sissy. Tanya says, oh, thanks, Yogi. You are so kind. If by kind you mean that I call it exactly the way I feel it, I will accept that. Tanya says, thanks, Mercy. I really can't. I just got lucky with that song. It was a good song for you. I'd say the same thing, Tandra. I really can't sing, but every once in a while, I find a particular note in a particular song that sounds slightly inoffensive to other people's ears. And if that's the best that I can hope for, then I'm okay with that. Tandra says, Yogi, yes, I'm the same. Julie says, to MW, did I get that right? Greetings, beautiful sister Shirley, says Sissy. Vladimir says, so I am the first Russian to come across here, or than the others. There are, I don't think we have any that, we have had some Russians who've hung out for a bit, but it's been a little while. We do have some that show up on occasion and say hi. Mercy says she's not a good singer, but I love to sing. That makes you a good singer. Here's honestly, people who love to sing are good singers because their love shows through. Trending has said the same thing to me before. She's not a good singer. And for those who were there last night and listened to her, it was such a purely beautiful moment that it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. Her voice sounded perfect. So you heard me say I can't sing. I'll stand by that. Mercy says she'll sing Fernando for Eric. Thank you, Mercy. I'm going to be on the lookout for you. Vigilant. I like singing ABBA too. So I sang for someone special. Not a special relationship, but a very, very beautiful, holy relationship. and I wanted to offer it as a gift. And even though I don't really think I can sing, for me it felt absolutely beautiful because my heart was so full of love and I just wanted to extend it. That's all it takes. Love what you're doing and you're good at it. Love what you're doing and you're going to sound beautiful. All right, I got to head out. I'm late. Lacey says, "I'm not a good singer. You have a wonderful voice." Shirley says, "Well, your performance, Lucy, I don't know. That's not good. Then I don't know what is." I agree. Shirley says, "I love Fernando. Get up there." Carl says, "I'm not a good singer, but I'm a good listener." Hey, that's important. I appreciate a good listener. Carl says, "I listen like 5 to 6 hours to songs." I love having jazz and or classical music, symphonic music in the background as well. I do like old country. I love, the music that I grew up with. Cass says, "I can tell you that song broke that person open." I love the fact that in that breaking, for both of us, that there was a meeting. Mercy says, "Let's join me in 2 hours then." In 2 hours' time. All right. That means I got some stuff to do now, so I can be free to hang out with Mercy. Sissy says, "Oh, thank you, Sissy." Mercy says, "I would love to you all to come and sing with me. Be my guest." I hope to make it. I really hope to make it. Let's see. Carl says, "I usually listen to rap and hip hop. 90s hip hop." All right, I gotta go, guys. I love you. Sissy says, "I love these moments of self recognition." Me too, Sissy. Thank you for being a part of so many of them. Hey, our friend right now, the Heartless Highlander, who ironically has the biggest heart on all of YouTube, is live right now. Guys, if you want to slide on over and say hi to our friend Maddie, Tying Flies, Kitchen Table Wisdom, a lot of love around that table. I will see everyone later. 2020 to 2025. Hey, Carl, check out some 90s hip hop. Mercy says, "I love you, Eric." I love you too, Mercy. All right. Take care, guys. Mercy says, "Happy weekend to all." Happy weekend to you. Take care, guys.